Yo, what's poppin' Pokepals? Rare Boy here, and I'm back with another impossible Pokemon challenge. Today we're gonna find out if it's possible to beat Pokemon Fire Red using only a Zygarde cell. The reason why I chose a Zygarde cell is because Zygarde is one of my favorite legendaries, and its 1% form has never been usable. That is, until today. Now, of course, you may be wondering what its stats are, and I thought long and hard about this question, and after doing some research and comparing stats amongst Zygarde's other forms, I came up with these stats. Starting things off, we have its HP stat, which will always double when going from one stage to the next. With that logic in mind, I halved 10% Zygarde's HP and wound up with a base stat of 27 for our 1%. As for its attack stat, it seems to always be a solid 100, which seems a little high even to me, but then I thought to myself, it's still a legendary at the end of the day. Next is the defense stat, which will always end in a 1. So subtract the 20 from 10% defense, and the stat came out to be 51. After his special attack, this also ends in a 1, and I noticed a trend with this stat. From 10% to 50%, it's an increase of 20, and then from 50% to 100%, it's an increase of 10. With this in mind, I decreased his special attack from 61 to 31, so that as you go up in percentages, they go up 30, 20, 10, to keep in the trend. As for special defense, I subtracted 20 from the 10%, and lastly his speed. As Zygarde's percentage gets smaller, his speed gets higher. Keeping that in mind, I gave our Zygarde cell a base stat of 125, which is really high, but I wanted to keep in with the trend. The base stat total is 399, which is on par with about a Smeargle, but unlike Smeargle, our stats are primarily focused in attack and speed, making us a fast but frail sweeper. Before we can even begin our challenge, I first need to import Zygarde's sprite into our version of Pokemon Fire Red. Once the sprites are in the game, I then need to edit the game's internal data, so this once empty data now functions exactly like a Zygarde cell. I code in its TMs, HM compatibility, level up moveset, and our calculated base stats to make it function exactly like a normal Zygarde cell could potentially work. Now that our Zygarde cell's in our game, let's review the rules of the run. The first rule is that I'm only allowed to use Zygarde cell in battle. We are allowed to capture other Pokemon for HM usage, but they can assist Zygarde by any other means. The second rule is that I'm not allowed to use items in battle. Held items such as leftovers are okay, but items such as X items or Hyper Potions are banned until the battle has ended. And finally, no glitches or exploits will be used to complete this game. It's just a normal playthrough of Pokemon Fire Red but with a Zygarde cell. With the rules explained in our Zygarde in-game, let's jump into some gameplay. The first thing that I do is pick up our Zygarde cell from Professor Oak's lab. For this run, I replace Squirtle, so our rival takes Bulbasaur for even more of a challenge. I nickname our little cell Squishy, after the Zygarde cell from the anime. I take a look at its stats, and it has a bashful nature, which is neutral, so that's not bad. With Squishy on the team, it's time to conquer the Kanto region. I took on Brock right away, considering we just learned Stab's super effective Dig, and our Dragon Breath is special, and even with that in mind, we get destroyed by a crit tackle from Geodude. Zygarde may be strong, but it's also incredibly frail with its low HP stat. I went back in at level 16 after getting some well-needed HP EVs, and this attempt went much smoother as we completely show Brock's Pokemon who's boss and receive our first gym badge. I tried to take on Misty first, and it started out great as we OHKO Staryu with a crit, but Starmie was a whole other issue as he completely buried us. Let's see how our rival goes. Our fight against our rival almost ended in a loss, but thankfully we were able to withstand several blows from his Pokemon and came out victorious. After clearing out Nugget Bridge, I tried Misty again, but we still couldn't get past Starmie, even after paralyzing it with Dragon Breath. Let's fight our rival on the SSN. After teaching Squishy Brick Break through the TM I found on the SSN, our rival's team crumbled even easier than usual. Now if we can just get past Misty Starmie. I don't believe it, y'all. We still can't take out Starmie at this level. I can't believe how much of a problem Misty's being this run. We finally took out Starmie at level 32, and it was only because we wound up getting a crit with Dig. Now for an easy match with Surge. Not only do we have the type advantage on Surge, but he didn't even spam double team this time around. Instead, he kept trying to paralyze a ground type with Thunder Wave. How this man became a gym leader is beyond my explanation. I took on our rival in Pokemon Tower, but because of his newest member Gyarados, he's finally a threat to us. I'll come back after we take out the rest of our issues. Surprisingly, Giovanni didn't make it onto the list of issues. We defeated him on our first try, albeit Kanga still hit us hard, but it wasn't enough to have me worried for once. Yeah, Erica's fight's just not happening. We can't even get past Victory Bell. I have to say, this run has been very weird, with Pokemon who normally aren't obstacles being obstacles this time around. After gaining some more levels, I tried our rival again, but because of both Growlithe and Gyarados' Intimidates, we didn't have enough firepower to take out Ivysaur as we get put to sleep before getting put down. It's because of the double Intimidate that I programmed our rival to take Bulbasaur as his starter. I marched straight back in there, and this time we didn't get put to sleep by Ivysaur, and we were able to take him out just above red health. I kinda regret getting rid of Safeguard this early, but Squishy suffers from 4 move slot syndrome. Now that we have everything else taken care of up to this point, I tried Erica again, and this time we completely swept her team. Okay then. I honestly thought we were going to defeat Koga on our first try, but we got smokescreened too many times, which is what led to our demise. I came back to Koga at level 59, and we are still shy of Oko and Coughing, so we get poisoned turn 1, which whittled us down yet again. A few more levels should be enough to pull out a W for us. At level 66, we not only beat Koga, but we beat him untouched for a crazy sweep. Huh, so this was just a repeat of Erica's fight. I'm gonna be honest with you all, based on previous challenges, I was expecting our rival to be a brick wall for us, but instead we beat him on our first attempt. Mind you, this was after our attack was dropped by 4 stages. Squishy is just good like that. Giovanni was once again an absolute joke as we sweeped his team, and I intend to do it again after we get our next 2 gym badges. Sabrina's match was very underwhelming as we spammed the A button and earthquaked her entire team. I'm not expecting another challenge until our next rival fight, to be honest. Blaine was a little tricky though, because I had to play around 2 Intimidate drops, but with some smart move choices and not getting paralyzed by Ponyta's bounce, this match wasn't an issue. Just as I suspected, Giovanni wasn't an issue either. I'm going to be expecting a challenge against our upcoming rival fight though, so let's see how that goes. Man, I hate being right in these scenarios. We can't even get past our rival's Gyarados. The problem is we really don't have much in terms of combating flying types, and our weak special attack stat is catching up to us. I'll see if there's anything I could teach Squishy. I got Squishy up to level 75 and taught him Rock Slide through the Move Tutor and Rock Tunnel, and with those 2 minor alterations, we completely swept our rival. Although, I gotta say, if Venusaur's growth boosted Razor Leaf got a crit on us, we probably would have lost, which is a thought to keep in mind for later. Here's a look at our stats right outside the Elite Four, and these are really good. Our low HP and defense stat may be problematic as we traverse through the Elite Four, but hopefully it won't be too much of a problem. As for our moveset, we have a solid moveset across the board and super effective move against a majority of the Elite Four's Pokemon. There's no doubt in my mind we'll win, but I don't know if we could do it at this level. Let's find out. I had a feeling Lorelei was going to be an issue, which is why I was iffy about winning this early. I'll have to come back at a higher level, not just for her, but also because of my concern for Lance. Back into this fight at level 84, and thanks to Slowbro putting us to sleep with Yawn, we got taken out. If I can get past Slowbro, I might be able to win at this level. After multiple attempts at Slowbro, it's clear to me that he will always go for Yawn turn 1 against us, so what I did was use Rock Slide to flinch him and then take him out with Earthquake. Unfortunately though, Lapras survives our Rock Slide at this level and can easily OHKO us with Ice Beam, so looks like it's more grinding. At level 91, I once again get the flinch on Slowbro with Rock Slide to take him out at this level. I could take out Lapras with one Rock Slide now. Cloyster unfortunately survives a Rock Slide, but instead of attacking us with an Ice move, he set up Hail, and then he tried to stall us out with Protect, but ultimately failed. Now it's time for Bruno, and this was an easy first try victory, as we just spammed Earthquake and watched his Pokemon drop one by one. Agatha's match was disappointing, to say the least. Our Crunch does underwhelming damage as both Gengar survive, with the second one putting us to sleep with Hypnosis and whittling us down. I think it's time we make the plunge and equip the black glasses to Squish to ensure the victory in this fight. Okay, so here are our stats at level 100 and with the black glasses equipped, and these stats are phenomenal considering what we normally have on this channel. We should hopefully be able to win now, so let's see if we can place Squishy into the Kanto Hall of Fame. Even at level 100 and with the black glasses equipped, Agatha's Ace Gengar survives our Crunch and wound up putting us to sleep with Hypnosis. He did some solid damage to us, but thankfully we woke up before he could KO us again. It wasn't an easy victory, but a victory nonetheless. It's Lance time, and this battle has me very nervous between two powerful dragons and Gyarados' Intimidate. But we miraculously landed a crit on both Gyarados and Dragonite to take them out, and the other three Pokemon crumbled in one hit respectfully. That went much smoother than I was expecting. Sorry to disappoint you all, but the champion fight was very underwhelming. Once again, Venusaur was the only threat in this fight, and he was doing a fairly decent job at stalling us out, but because Solar Beam is his only attacking move at the end of the game, he never had an opportunity to attack us, and thus we took him out and placed our little Zygarde into the Kanto Hall of Fame. This challenge actually surprised me on so many levels between unsuspected hurdles and having to reach level 100. Zygarde was full of surprises. I had a ton of fun with this challenge if you can't tell. Though, to say the least, I'm so happy I got to use one of my favorite legendaries in a run. Thank you all so much for watching today's video. For my next impossible challenge, we're going to find out if it's possible to beat Pokemon Ruby using only a Galarian Zigzagoon. So if you don't want to miss that run, be sure to subscribe and stay tuned. Also, be sure to leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it. And in the comment section, I want to know what your favorite part of today's run was. This has been your boy Rare Boy, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace!
Red, white, and blue, yeah, I love this place.
Excuse me, did you just watch this video? You must have if you made it this far into the video. And yet you haven't liked, commented, shared, or subscribed. The Rare Boy working very hard on these videos. Please do the man a favor.